everyone, and welcome back to the bi-weekly watch party series here with OU Esports. My name is Kale Childs, aka Froggo, and I'm here with Austin Rex Go Dragon. And we've got a pretty exciting match here for you guys today. This is the quarterfinals of the NACE playoffs. This is essentially the Elite Eight for anyone who watches college basketball, and we're seeing University of Oklahoma here in red versus Bellevue University in blue.
Yeah, it's going to be pretty exciting to see here. First up is going to be on Lijiang Tower. You have any notes you want to say about Lijiang Tower?
I've mentioned it before. Lijiang is kind of notorious for being that first map in the series for NA. It's almost become a meme, but it's always a really exciting map, and the 3 points are always very dynamic. Eevee on Kiriko getting 2 quick picks here on Quinn and Jeffy J. OU. Gonna have to disengage here, and Bellevue is going to be able to clean up and take first cap. A little bit of information, Bellevue going into this match is number 6 in the nation. So
Hey.
OU's got to come from behind a bit here. It's going to be a bit of an underdog story, but we love our Sooners. We love some underdogs. So it's going to be a nail biter.
Yeah, definitely. See, especially after this first push already not going exactly the way that we want to see it for it if you're a Sooners fan. Seeing how they're just not getting through this bridge choke point at the moment.
Yeah, Lijiang Garden's pretty difficult. You can push through white, is what we call it, on the right side, or you can push through this bridge on the left, and they're both so tight and so narrow. They can be pretty difficult, but Quinn goes down pretty early there again to Eevee on that Kiriko. A big ult advantage on the side of Bellevue. We'll see how the Sooners play it here. Quinn looking for a jumper, gonna get the Kiriko rush out from Eevee. 2 boops for Neptune on the Lucio. Avery gonna get a kill on Woobly as well. And another one on Revan. And once again, Sooners team wiped here as we approach 50% on this first point. Looks like they're going to set up for something a little sneaky here.
Yeah, I mean, we have 3 ultis available over on the other side here, so it's going to be a little bit rough to see.
Reaper with an early pick here on Lugo. They do invest that Death Blossom. Nothing too much doing. Neptune going to get the pick on Woobly. And again, OU's just going to have to back out here. Quinn able to get back to spawn as well as Lugo, but Revan not quite as fortunate. The nice thing here for OU is that we are building up ults, right? So we're going to be able to potentially snowball this, but it's definitely going to be difficult.
Yeah, one ult was used by the other side, so I mean, that is a little bit of a relief because we have 4 ults coming in here. Looks like Quinn's going in.
A very aggressive push here. We have Vita diving in with Primal into the backline of OU. We're just going to ignore him. We're going to move forward. Woobly going on Neptune here. Nothing quite, as we're going to rotate to point. That position's been kind of flipped here. We're going to get the overclock out of Revan. He's known for this Sojourn now in Overwatch 2. We'll see what he can do there. As we center the fight back here on this point of Lijiang Garden. Not many picks being traded out here. Vita goes down early to Revan. OU does manage to get the point flip as Neptune gets booped off, and Quinn's gonna push on to Avery here. He gets booped off.
Nice.
Lugo with 2 boops. And the rest of Bellevue will fall. This is gonna be the first control that the Sooners have had this point.
Yeah, and that's going to be great to see, but it's also not leaving a lot of wiggle room for the Sooners. They're going to have to be able to keep up this point control for the entire duration and not let them get back onto it. Or really just not letting them recap. We'll have to see how it goes.
Absolutely. We see an aggressive teleport here from Woobly. He tries to get that Blossom out. Not too much doing. A good bubble there from Vita as he's able to jump back to his team. But we do get 3 picks. And Bellevue's going to have to back out there. Well played by the Sooners. However, we did invest that Death Blossom. And generally speaking, in this composition, Death Blossom is often considered the most valuable ult. But it's also arguably the hardest to get value.
Yeah, I can see that, seeing how well it can really turn the tables.
We see both Kitsune rushes come out, as well as the beat here from Lugo. It's going to stall this fight out a little bit with that extra health. We'll see who's going to fall first. Woobly getting very low. We get the beat out from Neptune with Bellevue. And the fight's going to rotate to point just a bit. As we see the Death Blossom from Leafa, he's going to get 3, 4. And that's going to be it here on Garden, I believe. Quinn able to stall it out just a bit longer with Primal, but I don't believe anyone's going to be able to touch. And with the advent of no more overtime with 99%, that's going to be end of point one. 1-0 Bellevue.
Yeah, that was, I gotta say, not exactly what we want to see if you're a Sooners fan. Pretty rough game in that first one, with them not necessarily being able to break through a lot of the choke points. They tried going through that side path area, but two of them going down to Neptune's boop was a real push stopper. And now, but that was game one, or at least no, round one. We still have another, potentially two more to go, so we'll have to see how the Sooners change it up here in this next map.
Yeah, absolutely. We can see still that hard meta mirror here of that Monkey Sojourn comp, and you're really not going to see too much else on most maps. Give or take some pocket picks on maps like Circuit Royale. You know, we've seen a lot of Sigma, but it's a very exciting meta to watch, I believe. It's very fast-paced, and a lot can happen really quickly, so it's definitely entertaining. Never a dull moment. And we get a really early pick. Nice shot from Revan on Neptune there. We're going to push up a bit and see what we can get done. Quinn able to get a quick pick on Lifa. Bellevue going to disengage here. Let's see if we're going to chase any of this. We are not. And a good first fight there for OU. Looks like they kind of figured out whatever was going wrong.
Yeah, that's good. It's good to see that they managed to figure out how to at least manage this comp and how they want to really approach things a little bit better. Revan absolutely doing a great job at getting a couple picks with that Sojourn alternate fire.
Absolutely, and I mean he's becoming notorious for this Sojourn. He's been insane on it all season, and I expect nothing less here under the brightest lights in the playoffs. But still pumping out some good damage here. And it just seems like OU is able to kind of play up a bit better on this map so far anyway. We'll see if they can continue that as the point goes on. We do have Overclock online here for Revan. I'm excited to see that. We get the Kitsune Rush out here from Jeffy Jeff. They're going to push forward. We get the Kitsune Rush out from their side, but they're going to end up wasting that as two of them fall very quickly. It looks like Bellevue's trying to back up here. We'll see if we chase it all. We do not. But that's going to just cost more time for Bellevue as this point surpasses 60%.
Yeah, so we might be able to actually see that game 3, but I mean, anything could change in the middle of the match. All we really need is like one strong push, and they're looking for it.
Absolutely. We get the overclock out here from Revan. He's able to get Eevee on the Kiriko right away. We get the beat out from Neptune. It's pretty even at the moment. A 4v5 is not a lost fight in Overwatch 2. We got Neptune in the background. Lifa gets Wugo. Wooey also falls, as well as Jefferson. And the Sooners are going to have to back out here, but they get it to 92%. Definitely not a lost cause. And if we take a look at the what ults we have online, it's 2-1 at the moment. Going to be probably 3-2 or 3-1 it looks like. So
yeah,
OU definitely has the advantage here. They just need to play this smart and play their game, really. Play at their pace.
We'll just have to see. Oh,
Ooh. Another big Death Blossom from Lifa there. Woobly gonna try to get out. I'm not sure if he's gonna be able to. Gonna get that TP. And just barely able to get out. That does save OU a bit of time. And as these ults continue to develop, it's going to be interesting to see how OU tries to snowball this, because realistically, if OU wins and they're able to flip point, they should just win this point. We get the Death Blossom here from Wubu. He's able to get one. Revan gets his one. That's 2 down. It looks like they're going to disengage here. Sojourn's kind of caught out in the back line.
yeah, so
That's a massive stagger. I don't think Bellevue is really going to be able to take a good fight here.
Oh,
and they aren't.
They aren't even able to get touch either, so good job for Sooners.
That was a fantastic boop from Lugo, keeping Vita on that Winston off the point. And inevitably, I think if they were able to stall that out, I think OU still has the control and is able to win that, but we don't even have to explore that avenue. Great boop from Lugo, and it's 1-1. onto Night Market. Probably my favorite point on Wei Jing. There's just a lot of ledges, and I'm a good Lucio player. I enjoy getting boops off of them, but it's also just it's very interesting because the point's very contained and very close quarters, but the rest of it's very open. As we see the salt shaker out there from Revan. I'm definitely sure Bellevue's feeling a little salty after that point, but we'll see if OU can keep it up here on the tiebreaker.
Yeah. Have to see. Ooh, Neptune already getting pretty low.
Wow. Yeah, that alternate fire on Winston has definitely helped him out a lot. I know I really enjoy using it. Makes him feel a lot more dynamic. OU electing to rotate to the point here and hold that space while Bellevue's setting up on the outside. Bellevue will dive in, it looks like. Elijah gonna move in here on Avery. He does manage to get that pick, but Quinn falls. It's a 4v4 at the moment. It's looking like it's in favor of OU. OU does get the point cap here. We'll see how they can hold this. Vita dives in. Not much doing just yet. And this has been a very long fight. We've been able to get Revan again. Neptune goes down though. It's once again a 4v4, but it does look like Bellevue has the control here. Maybe not. They invest that Kitsune Rush. OU invests the beat. Lugo is able to get Sojourn here. And Revan gets Weefa. Vita falls, and OU manages to hold it.
Wow. Pretty impressed. The Kitsune Rush from over on the other team is a little bit of a... I'm not exactly sure. I mean, it almost worked out, but and forced out OU to commit 2 ultis, both the Kitsune Rush as well as the beat. So, I mean, overall, I would say that's a positive trade, at least.
Yeah, nonetheless, it's a positive trade. Definitely a bit questionable on the side of Bellevue, but I think they were just trying to make sure they could hold it. Lifa using that Blossom again.
Oh.
Ooh. And Woobly tries to get his off, but is killed immediately. Lugo able to get out. It's going to speed that team back, but 61% as Bellevue takes their first control here on Night Market. And OU is going to be at a bit of a disadvantage here ult-wise.
Super unfortunate that Woobly wasn't able to get his ulti off. He managed to get a little bit, but not enough damage in order to heal.
Absolutely. Quinn being aggressed on here by Lifa. As we see the overclock come out from Revan, we'll see if he can get a pick. Neptune gonna kill Woobly here. And that's not what you're looking for if you're the Sooners right now. You're gonna have to back out here and reset. And unfortunately, that's gonna really mean you weren't able to get as much value as you would have liked off the overclock there. Avery gonna pop overclock here for Bellevue. We get the Kitsune Rush out from Jeffija as they move towards the point. We're juggling Sojourn just outside. It looks like OU's gonna be able to flip it. Maybe Vita able to touch and stall that out just a bit longer, but he will fall, as I imagine Lifa and Neptune will as well. But they're going to try to stall out and get as much percent as they can on this point. Eevee TP's in. That could be a death sentence for her. For that Kiriko, it looks like she's able to get out. And that's just kind of the essence of Kiriko, to be honest.
Yeah, being able to use that, what was it, like a swift step or something like that, in order to go in.
Step.
Yeah, super huge for the team.
We get the beat out here from both teams in pretty quick succession. Woobly going to try to build up that Blossom as fast as he can. This is entering final fight territory here for Bellevue. Lifa going to use his. He gets 3 again. Revan not able to get out. Jeffija kind of stuck. And they're going to flip it, but OU does 99 the point. So if OU does flip it back over, this is a Sooners win.
Yeah, so we'll just have to see. Looks like we're trying something a little sneaky. If we can get a pick. Oh,
they play really aggressive here. Get Woobly right off the bat. Bellevue knows here they have to play aggressively if they want a shot. They need to stall out as much time as possible. You can see him setting up right on that corner again. We're going to have Kitsune Rush, Overclock, Primal, and Death Blossom here. Bellevue doesn't have any support ults. At the time, Quinn gets 2 picks early with the help of that Death Blossom from Woobly. Another one falls in Lifa. Vita is all that is left. Primaling does get Revan. But OU flips it,
Yeah,
and OU takes map 1 on Bellevue.
yeah, great job from OU. I mean, first map was a little bit rough, I'll be honest. Well, not having that initial control and trying to find their ways through the funnels, really hard to do. Neptune's was giving, I mean, it was like a Lucio map dream with all the areas
Yeah.
you can boot people off, and Neptune was doing a great job at that, keeping up, making sure that it was a lot harder for them to try to get onto point. But with map 2 and map 3, oh, the Sooners looks like they managed to make it out, make it through, found their footing, really get that early control in, get a lot of that point, and they found it.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. I mean, this is a behemoth of a team
Mm-hmm.
that our Sooners are playing against. I mean, sixth ranked in the country. They've got multiple contenders players. And this is just really big for our momentum and our mental. And I'm excited to see how we do in map 2. And with that, we're going to go ahead and take you guys
Me
there.
too.
All right, everyone. Welcome back to Kings Row. We're map 2 here. OU is still in the red, Bellevue in the blue. I like the color coding here. It's very fitting. But the the series is 1-0 OU. It was a very close map 1 on Weijing Garden, but OU able to find their footing and pull it out. I think that's going to be really big going into map 2. We'll see how Bellevue can bounce back and if the Sooners can carry that momentum forward.
Yeah, absolutely. Do you have any thoughts about Kings Row? I mean, I noticed like this is like pretty much the meta comp, but what do you think about Kings Row and how the Sooners want to approach this as attacking?
Yeah, it's another map. It's really got that one entry point right there, as you can see right in front of everyone.
Mm-hmm.
But really, the main goal here is you need to take space. You need to be able to flip the map on them. If you can take control of point and make it to where the defenders have to essentially attack your defense of the point,
Mm-hmm.
you're going to be in a pretty good spot. And I think that's what you should try to do here.
Okay. Okay.
We're going to see we're moving in here along the statue here in the choke as we get a weird rig around the Rosie going on. Revenant gets an early pick on Kiriko. We will be able to get a couple low. Looks like Weefa will fall. The Lugo also goes down to that Sojourn as it is a 4v3 at the moment. Bellevue backing out just to regroup a tad. It looks like they're going to give up some point progress here to allow the team to get back together. A pretty
Yeah.
solid first attack so far, but Bellevue is going to re-engage here. Vita able to get a good dive, but it looks like he will go down pretty quickly. He gets really low, but able to get out.
Mm-hmm.
Neptune playing aggressively. Avery's got a charge shot there, nothing
Cool.
doing. Woobly with a nice kill on Weefa. We get the Kitsune out from Jeffy Jaw, a beat from Neptune as well. They're really committing to this hold. Woobly able to get healed up. We'll see what he can do. He's going to fall as well as Jeffy. Looks like Quinn will fall potentially as well. He does not.
Mm-hmm.
Revan got a charge shot here. We'll see what he can do with that. But a quick 2 ticks for OU, and they've definitely got some time to work with.
Yeah, absolutely. I mean, I would say that was pretty good of a push, but Revan needs to be a little careful. There seems to be someone hiding in the corner.
You didn't see that monkey hiding right to his left. It's very hard when you're in the game like this.
Mm-hmm.
I know,
Yeah.
but it's always a little funny, a little sneaky. We get the beat out here from Lugo. Quinn gonna go in with that, and that is just immediately gone as he's back down to his standard health. We get the primal out from Vita. Avery gets one with overclock as Eevee Kiriko diffs Jeffy Jaw a little bit.
Mm-hmm.
Vita able to get Revan, and Sooner's gonna have to back out here. Woobly overstaying his welcome.
Yeah.
No, you gonna regroup.
A little bit of a rough push there, but we have three very important ultis already charged up. The Overclock, Death Blossom, as well as the Primal Rage for the Sooners. So I'm sure they have plenty of pushing power to get on this point and get that last tick in before they need to.
Absolutely. Quinn moving
Mhm.
straight to point here, able to get some early progress as they are able to dive back in here. A nice Death Blossom from
Mhm.
Woobly and the Overclock as well. Both DPS ults gone there. All we have is Primal with a Kitsune Rush coming up, but
Mhm.
at the end of the day, that takes the point, and that's going to get us the payload. So we'll see how far we can roll this up here into the street segment of the map.
Yeah, pretty important ulti down. That the Death Blossom is gone. The next closest we have up is over on the other team. Neptune is almost there at 91%, while over on the Sooner side, we have Jeffija with the Kitsune Rush at 86.
Yeah, and the nice thing about that Death Blossom really confirming that point was it meant that Neptune wasn't able to get that beat.
Hmm.
Because let's say he was able to, that's going to stall that point out even more, and maybe OU doesn't even cap. So overall, not the worst case scenario by any means. We are going to see it here. It's going to be a bit aggressive from Neptune.
Oh.
Instead of using that defensively, Avery able to get a quick pick on Quinn as they are focusing out Revan quite a bit. Avery gets Woobly as well. Leafa chasing Revan all the way back to the original attacker spawn,
Oh my.
and they're able to get him. A
Yeah.
very, very aggressive play there from Bellevue, but it does end up working out quite a bit. It looks like they're actually
Hmm.
setting up here on the point, essentially. OU definitely taking a smart move here. Looks like they're going to move straight to point, but they Death
Oh.
Blossom and they Kitsune Rush in that room. Quinn knows the assignment and dies quickly.
Hmm.
And we're going to get a really quick reset here for OU and a bit of a questionable decision for Bellevue in terms of their ult economy.
Yeah, I mean, already burning that Death Blossom and a Kitsune Rush just so they can make sure they stop one more push.
Ooh, an early kill there from Revan. We
Yeah.
invest a Kitsune Rush there at our spawn, more so to get us out of there, but we do get a
Hmm.
pick out of it. We'll see what Vita does here. He dives in. We're gonna get the primal out from him as well. Looks like he's trying to focus out Revan and a nice
Oh.
headshot on Weefa. Trying to keep
Hmm.
track of where that monkey is. Avery's got a charge
Yeah.
shot here. Will she be able to get anything with it? Not quite.
Yeah.
Revan's sitting at close to no health. He does get Avery.
Hmm.
They're going to push up on the Kiriko. Quinn primaling here. I think Kiriko does get away. She does. Or
Oh.
not. Quinn chases her
Oh.
down.
I like that. Really
We
aggressive
love.
play. Saw the where the paper trails were coming in from. Jumped
Absolutely.
right straight on them.
That's just great awareness from Quinston there. And I
Mhm.
mean, there's a reason we call him Quinston, and that was a great play. Looks like OU's going to be pushing up here into this third section. We'll see if Bellevue's even able to touch. It looks like they will be able to. We get the Blossom here from Woobly. He manages to get the Winston. That's a big pick. We'll see how they push forward here. 2 more, 3 more fall. OU will be moving on to the third section here on
Nice.
Kings. And notoriously, as I'm sure you know, this third point of Kings Row is horrible to attack. The spawn
Absolutely.
advantage is absolutely ridiculous, and
Hmm.
you have to snowball it if you want to win. So
Yeah.
we'll see if OU is able to do that. We've got the overclock and the Kitsune, but ult advantage is definitely on the side of the Bruins right now.
Yeah. We will have to see how does OU really handle that. They do have a minute and a
Ooh,
half. Ooh.
an overclock out from Revan. He gets an early pick on Weefa. Neptune just a second late on that beat, but he's going to fall as well here to Quinn. We're going to invest the Kitsune Rush. We are full sending here, trying to confirm this third point. As 2 more fall, Vita will fall shortly after, and OU looks like they're going to get around this bend here.
Yeah.
We'll
Really.
see how close to the end we can get, but Bellevue coming out with essentially 4 ults. We're only going to have that beat from Lugo. Revan playing really aggressively gets picked off early. Got
Oh.
a bit greedy for the pick there. OU's going to try to kite out some of this aggression. Weefa's going to push up into them. He's got the Death Blossom. It does look like Quinn's able to get out. Woobly not as fortunate. And we'll see how OU decides to play this. They've only got 40 seconds, and
Hmm.
they probably need to win 2 fights.
Yeah, especially at this end part, once you get around that bend, it's definitely a two fight sort of thing just because of the spawn advantage. Oh.
Ooh, a quick Kitsune rush out there from Eevee, and they're able to get Revan right away, as well as Quinn trying to get back to spawn. But I think his Achilles heel was sticking out, and they're just able to get him. We get the Spider-Man meme between 2 Reapers upstairs, but he does back out. And
Yeah.
this is not looking good for the Sooners. Overall, a good attack, but we get an aggressive beat here from Lugo. Woobly, unfortunately, not in it. Jeffy Jeff falls very soon, but the ult advantage is just on the side of the Bruins. And 2 fall very quickly. A nice pick there from Revan, but I don't believe that's going to be enough. We get the Death Blossom, it gets 2 more Sooners. Quinn just gonna get a little angry here and swing his fists around, try to stall it out, but not too
Mm.
much he can do. And it's gonna end that Sooner attack. It's gonna be 2-0. And all things considered, not a bad attack at all. I think
Mm-hmm.
we definitely carried that momentum in for map one. And it looks like we definitely made a couple mistakes here and there, but for the most part, we were in control of that map up until that third point.
Yeah, agreed. It was definitely, I mean, we already noted this, that it's a pretty hard one for the attackers to get around this final bend here, seeing that it's so close to the spawn, and there's so many ways that the defenders can come in from in order to just go ahead and jump right onto the point here. So in
Yeah,
any case, I think they did a pretty good job. Unfortunately, not able to finish up with that last momentum in order to take it to all 3 points, but let's see how well that the Sooners go against Bellevue in order to take this last little, or at least stopping them from taking it down.
absolutely. Yeah. And something we've actually struggled a bit on this season is actually this Kings Row defense on the first point. It's definitely one that has an attacker advantage. That defender spawns pretty far away, so let's see how we're able to hold it here. I see a Widow on the side of Bellevue. It's pretty common on this map to go up to the upstairs of the attacker spawn, try to get a quick pick. So we'll see if that's able to happen. I imagine they will switch back to that Sojourn shortly after, but always nice to see a little variation.
Yeah, absolutely. Let's see how this will
Yep,
go.
already back to the Sojourn. Took one shot and just said, "All right, that's good." They reached their quota of not Sojourn for today. And they're able to walk in here. That is not good for
Oof.
OU. They didn't have to invest anything coming in, but doing enough damage, able to force Vita back out to heal up, get some of that armor back. The fight's kind of centered around the statue right now. Both bubbles are out. Woobly gonna fall really quick to Leafa. Nice pick on Neptune by Revan. We'll see if he can build up another one. An aggressive TB from Leafa as both Lucios are down at the moment. Quinn able to come back as Revan's going to get forced out by Vita on that dive. Quinn might go down here, not quite. It looks like we're going to see a similar situation to what Bellevue did, maybe a type of retouch, but they're playing really far up here to prevent that from happening. And we'll
Yeah,
see if OU is able to even get back to point. It does not look like they are. And Bellevue with a relatively quick cap.
yeah, they have 5 whole minutes now in order to try to get just past that second point. We'll have to see how far or how long it's going to be, if OU can actually stall this out long enough or not. Oop, there we go.
We get the
Ooh.
Kitsune rush out here from Jeffy Ja. Quinn moving in on it really aggressively. Revan, quick pick on Neptune. OU needs to be aggressive here. Revan gets another. Quinn able to finish off Weefa, and that's going to be enough to force Bellevue back into their spawn. Revan, too, getting 2 or 3 picks there, and he has the overclock coming up as well.
Yeah. Overclock online now to be able to see if he can stall it out any with that available to them. Ooh.
Oh, the beat from
Oh.
Wugo canceled out by Vita. And that is going to be the end of that uh, part of the defense for OU. That's just unfortunate.
Yeah, really hate to see how that turned out there. Hoping that OU can maybe mount up a little bit of defense back at it. They are down in ultimate since the beat was denied. But I mean, overclock is available. Maybe they can get a quick few picks. It's already popped.
Definitely looks like what they're going to try to do here. We get the beat out from Neptune. Going to counter a lot of that. Avery also using an overclock of their own. Gets Wugo, gets Quinn.
Oh,
Revan goes down as well, and Jeffy, and they just can't find their foothold here on the second point. I do believe they'll be able to touch before this payload reaches the third point, but they've got quite a tall task ahead of them for the rest of this map.
yeah, this is looking a little rough at the moment here. We'll have to see How does the Sooners really look to go back at it? I mean, Rubley it almost has his ulti up. He has it up.
Oh, Leafa's Death Blossoms have just been absolutely devastating for OU.
Mhm.
Vita doing a really good job setting those up, and good primal there from Vita as well. Quinn's going to go down, and
Mhm.
that's going to be on the third point. We're going to have 4 minutes and 20 seconds that OU is going to have to
Yeah.
hold now. Of all places to hold for anything over 3+ minutes, I mean, this is where you want to be.
Mhm.
We got the Death Blossom up for Woobly. We're going to have most of our ults coming up here in this next fight, and I'm sure the Sooners are able to kind of scout out here that Bellevue really just doesn't have anything now with how aggressive they've been playing to get to this third point. But it looks like it's not going to matter. 2 Sooners fall very quickly there, and they're just going to have to fully reset to get a touch. I don't even know if they're going to be able to.
Oh, we'll have to see. Oh,
No, they
yeah, I
are
know.
not. They
Let's,
just knew, hey, if I go in there, I'm going to die. It's not going to hold it long enough. And honestly, a pretty disappointing loss. It felt like a really good attack, and it just kind of fell apart on defense.
yeah, really hate to see how that turned out for the Sooners. Bellevue just did a really good job keeping that momentum. They got the first initial touch onto the point, and then they just kept pushing through at the Sooners, making it a lot harder for them to try to regroup and try to retake a lot of space. Because that's
Yeah.
this momentum they rode just did a really good job. So this
I,
round will go over to Bellevue.
I think one of the big pivots of that round absolutely was when Lugo's beat got canceled.
Mm-hmm.
I think if that didn't happen, maybe we sustain there. We're able to hold that off longer and maybe carry some of that momentum a bit more. But with that, the score is 1-1 in the series as we go into map 3, which is going to be Circuit Royale.
Yeah, and we'll be right back.
All right, we're here on Circuit Royale, and something I actually talked about at Bedlam was just how weird this map is. I'd like to hear your take on that, Austin.
Yeah, I mean, Circle Royale is just. I'll be honest, I'm not too big on like my knowledge for Overwatch 2. I'll be honest, but definitely an interesting one for like how you're supposed to hold a lot of this space in order how to go in at it. And we're looking over at OU, so they're also changing up their comp, or at the moment at least, looks like a lot. Not sure if they're
You
going to
never
stick with
know.
it. Hey, you never know.
It can always be a bait, but
Yeah.
we do see Pro Gamer 360 coming in on the tank. Otherwise, the team remaining the same. We do see the same DPS, but like I said, that's Sigma, as well as a Mercy here from Lugo. A very early pick on Revan, as we see them holding right at the spawn door from Bellevue. Door holds are relatively common on this kind of map on Escort. We're going to see a pretty early switch from Programmer to a Roadhog. I love it. I love it. I want to see a Roadhog
Yeah.
be competitively viable.
It's definitely pretty interesting.
Get a nice hook there, but it does look like he's going to fall pretty quickly, and OU's going to have to figure this out really quickly. Door holds can be pretty difficult to play against just because it's so much damage so close, but you can see Bellevue just sitting up there, and OU can't do anything about it until they come out.
Yeah, just not a lot they can really do. Programmer actually falling back to the Winston, and they're going back to the comp.
Oh, so both Sojourns able to get taken out of the fight here, and the Kiriko for Bellevue is going to fall pretty quickly to Woobly. And OU has the right idea here. What you have to do is really flip that position, similar to what we talked about on King's Row. Woobly not quite able to get Leaf. He gets that Wraith for him, and Vita is going to fall, but Bellevue gonna have to concede here for a bit. We'll see if we can get a little bit of a stagger on Leafa.
Yeah.
It looks like he's gonna be able to get out.
Yeah. Unfortunate for the Sooners, but hey, we'll take it. We got the point. We're moving it forward. Seeing how far we can take it now. But yeah, we really had to switch over. Really unfortunate. I was hoping for some hog gameplay.
Yeah. I mean, you know, meta is meta, right?
Yeah.
Meta is meta for a reason. And Winston, I have not seen too much Winston out of Programmer. I'll be curious to see how he plays. I know that's definitely more Quinn's specialty, but we'll see how it goes. We get Wow, that was 5 ults, I believe, in total. Give a moment to process that. We had a Blossom, a Beat, and
No,
a
I think that's also.
Kitsune from the side of OU.
I think. Oh yeah, yes. You're right.
And then a Blossom, Beat, and Overclock on the side of Bellevue. It leaves 2 ults for both teams.
Yeah.
It looks like OU is going to be able to get first point here. That's definitely progress there. Looks like they might have tried to invest that Primal there to touch, but not able to get there in time, and that's probably a bit disappointing for Vita. We're going to get Kitsune Rush out here from Bellevue towards the spawn of OU. OU's going to try to kite out here. Revan falls pretty quickly to Kiriko. And OU, at the very least, is going to be stalled out a bit. Pro Gamer going in.
Yeah, I like the aggression coming from Pro Gamer going in there. Really made space for his team.
Absolutely, yeah. He made Bellevue have to back out a bit here. He dives up top, though.
Oh.
It looks like no one was really there to help him out. I'm not... That seems more just maybe a communication fault on the side of the Sooners, but
Yeah.
it's going to lead to a couple more falling here. They're going to have to kite out. Revan just still backing up. And they are still chasing him down. Bellevue, definitely a bunch of chasers, it seems. They really like playing aggressively against these stragglers.
Yeah, and it's really unfortunate to see. Well, see how the Sooners really get regrouped going in. Pro Gamer looking for something.
Absolutely. We get the beat out here from Neptune. It looks like it didn't get to Kiriko, and she's going to fall really quick. A 1-to-1 trade there. We're going to get a dive in here from Pro Gamer, and he's just going to get absolutely melted with the Kitsune Rush coming out from Jeffy as well. It doesn't look like we're going to get too much value out of it as Woobly falls. And I think OU needs to start doing a better job capitalizing on some of these chases. Because Vita especially is going so deep at times that he needs to be punished for that. And that punishment's just not coming through, and it's doing it. And a TP into the Death Blossom from FIFA as Vita's able to juggle up Jeffy John, get a pick. Pro Gamer trades that out for Avery on the Sojourn as Brandon falls as well. OU gonna have to back out again. Is Pro Gamer able to get out? He is. He's gonna switch back to that Sig.
Okay.
We'll see what the strategy is here.
Yeah.
For OU.
I like the switch up again. You know, you see that the meta comp isn't exactly working. You're trying to figure out how can we find our way around it now. So switching back to the Sigma and everything.
Absolutely. We get the Kitsune Rush out here from Eevee. Woobly goes in with that Death Blossom and just cannot get anything done.
Yeah.
That is just really disheartening.
Absolutely. I mean, the Kitsune Rush was popped in order to get that extra movement speed to run away from Woobly. And so really denied a lot of that extra pressure they were trying to look for.
Absolutely. We get a switch to the Hanzo here for Woobly. Definitely a bit of a signature pick for him. Vita going in here on the core of OU. Weefa able to get picked on Woobly after a sneaky little TP on the right side. We got 100 charge here from Revan. Oh, he's able to get that pumped into Vita. Jeffy J's MO does go down. Revan falls to a charge shot. Pro Gamer not really able to get to any cover here. It looks like he's just going to have to try to survive. And he will not be able to. And there's 15 seconds left for the Sooners. They have to make something happen here. I don't think they're going to be able to touch.
I don't think so either, especially since they don't have some of that mobility that a Winston usually provides. They have a Sigma. We'll see. They're trying to get on it.
Not quite able to as we get the match-ending Gravitic Flex here from Pro Gamer. They were able to get that first point, so that does count on the scoreboard. We get that 1-0, but with how Bellevue played on their attack last map on Kings, this is a pretty big order for the Sooners to hold.
Yeah, absolutely. It's going to be quite a rough one, seeing that they have to hold through pretty much only 1 point checkpoint and then you have to go against some the attackers
Oh
with
yeah.
a closer spawn. So it's gonna be a rough one for sure for the Sooners. But anything is possible indeed. We'll see if maybe a
Absolutely.
little bit of a switch up will fits up a lot of
Oh
this.
yeah, Bastion out from
Hmm.
the side of OU.
Okay. Okay.
Interesting. A Bastion with the Mercy Pocket? This looks like a gold game. I like it. No, but something I could say about especially the first point on circuit from my experience and my I wouldn't call it like an escapade, but I guess like my suffering through the ranked ladder this season.
Hmm.
Circuit Royale first point, it feels like if you lose the first fight, you just kind of lose. Like, because you just kind of keep backing up, and especially when you get around this first corner, there's just not a lot of cover.
Hmm.
There's that room where you can play that really tall high ground, and it can be really difficult to restabilize, especially like without giving up that first point, which is really what OU has to shoot for here, is just not giving up first point at all. So we can see Pro Gamer, here's that Lucio wall riding up there.
Hmm.
And both of you taking their time trying to get set up here. I imagine they're going to try to dive up here. They are. And then we're just all in this little room. The ammo goes down. Pro
Oh.
Gamer still fighting up there, and he's going to fall. And that whole bunker setup is going to go down really quickly. And Revan's going to fall. And that is a very quick team wipe.
Yeah. Pretty
They are
unfortunate.
going to have to hurry back. As we see Wigo switching to that Lucio with that intention, and Bellevue already getting up to the threshold. There's still 3 minutes.
Yeah, still 3 minutes. We're almost at the point. Team's here. We gotta get on it.
Absolutely, they got to jump down here and make something happen. If they get to that checkpoint as well, that's just going to add time. 0.36 meters away, they get it, and that's going to raise it to 5.5 minutes as Woogly Lugo and Pro Gamer go down, and no one's even close. They're just going to be able to finish it off here, and it's going to be 2-1 in the series to Bellevue.
Oh, it's tragic to see. It looks like it will, yeah, moved over to 2-1. Bellevue in the lead. And I gotta say, this, the tank over on the other side, on Bellevue's, is just doing a great job at making space and being so dominant against the backline for OU. It's making it pretty rough to see, honestly.
Absolutely, Vita's a very talented player,
Hmm.
without a doubt. And it just seemed like OU really struggled there to kind of restabilize. It seemed every time that they lost their footing, they couldn't get it back. And I think it's going to be interesting to see how that goes on Coliseo. Coliseo is our 4th map, and on push maps, it's really important to snowball, I think. But
Hmm.
with that, we will go ahead and take you guys the map. Be right back on Coliseo.
All right, see ya.
Welcome back, everyone. We are in Italia for map 4 here in Rome, Coliseo. On our new Overwatch 2 mode push, for those of you who do not know, the main objective of this mode is there's that little robot guy in the middle of the map, and he's going to push 2 barricades. Whichever team pushes their barricade the furthest wins, or if you push it to the end of the map, you win.
Yeah.
Pretty simple concept, but it's actually a very complex game mode, and it's honestly really exciting to watch. So I'm eager to see how this map goes for OU. They're on a 2-map losing streak after winning map 1. We'll see if they can regain their footing here and send us to a map 5 tiebreaker. We are going to see that hard meta mirror on both sides. Vita diving in here. We get a nice charge shot there from Revan. Neptune is 1. Not able to get him there, it looks like. OU's going to be playing on this left side of the main sight line.
Yeah, I'm liking how a little bit more defensive that OU is playing in order to make sure they don't get picked out early here.
Yeah, I think kind of what we talked about with Vita is Revan tries to avoid that headshot, not quite able to. Something we talked about was Vita's dominance. I think they're recognizing that and trying to play in a way that they'll be able to kind of protect each other better, as Revan able to get an early pick on Weefa. A very fast Kitsune rush from Jeffija. It looks like they will be able to snowball this here. 3 fall. The other 2 for Bellevue are backing out, but Kiriko just not able to. And we're going to get some progress here. Something to note about push that's different than payload maps is that push progress is permanent.
Mm-hmm.
That barricade does not roll back, so every second counts in this mode.
We're not done yet. Keep
Absolutely. So, well, we'll see.
We get the aggressive beat and Kitsune rush, and Woobly not able to TP out. Vita gonna get Revan right away as well. Quinn gonna fall, and that's just gonna be a quick flip back to the side of Bellevue. Jeffy Jaw trying to get a sneaky kill there on his way out, but just not quite able to, and it looks like we're gonna be pretty close together here after these first couple fights.
Yeah.
OU at 24 meters. We'll see Bellevue's able to take a quick lead here.
Yeah, let's see how it goes. Winston coming in.
Not able to take the lead just yet. We got a charge shot online here for Revan. We get the beat out and the overclock out from Avery on the side of Bellevue. Leafa able to get 2 more with the Death Blossom as Woobly's able to get 1, 2, and we're trading him out. Woobly gets 3, and Quinn just able to juggle them into that as best he can. That's some good teamwork on the side of the Sooners, and we are able to flip it back on our side. It is kind of a 3v5 in this situation while the other 2 are returning, but as I said, any push progress is important.
Absolutely. I like that they have Lugo up there pushing the bot because he can get back to his team so quickly.
Yeah, absolutely. It's very intelligently played here by OU. Quinn getting really low, not able to get out, just melted really quick as Avery gets 2. Woobly able to get 1 of his own on Vita, but OU is just going to need to back out here. And I don't believe neither Woobly nor Jeffy Joe will get out. They will not, but that does stall out some time. OU going to be able to regroup here a bit better and potentially get back on that bot before they take the lead.
Yeah. They
Neptune
are still
up here
fighting.
playing very aggressively.
Yeah, they're still 5-man strong, so it's going to be kind of rough still, but we'll see how does OU go.
They do. They are able to touch it. We get the Kitsune rush out here from Jeffy Ja. Bellevue's just going to run away, essentially, and avoid the pressure of that old Quinn jumping in to make sure we're staying in their face. We're going to get the beat out from Neptune. They're going to use it aggressively as they're going to try to get a pick with it. Nothing quite yet, as Eevee for Bellevue actually goes down first. And we'll see if OU can flip this back on their side and get some progress. Vita playing really aggressively in this OU backline. Without his supports able to get to him, they're going to chase down Neptune, it looks like. Or try to. Avery's going to go down. Neptune is 1. Neptune goes down, and all that's left is Leafa. And he will fall as well. Bellevue should be able to touch here before OU starts pushing, but OU's got the momentum back on their side, and we'll see how they go into this next point. They do have a very slight ult advantage, but not by too much.
Yeah, this is getting real neck and neck here with the robot.
Oh, a very quick pick there from Revan 2, right before the beat comes out. And it's not going to be able to save this fight, I don't believe. That was actually the beat from Lugo. That's my mistake, but still. 2 quick picks, 3 for Revan. They should be pushing Vita here. They have to be careful. He cannot be too aggressive in this situation. As he actually gets the Primal, he's able to get out of there. He's going to rotate that point. He gets Revan and Lugo with the Primal. Even if this is a lost fight for the Sooners, a lot of really good progress. And we still have the Kitsune. No, we don't. I keep looking at the blue team. We still have and we almost have a Kitsune, and we have that Primal. So definitely some opportunities here for OU, and now a much bigger lead on our side.
Yeah, they do have some pretty impactful ultis, but I mean, we're almost at that Kitsune rush anyway, so it's just fine. It looks like we're going in.
Ooh, we get the Primal here from Quinn. He's going to try to solo out Avery. It looks like he's not quite able to. Eevee, 2 quick picks. And Vita getting a third. Leafa getting one of their own. Quinn going to try to stall this out just a second longer. Not quite able to. And that did include the Death Blossom from Woobly. Very unfortunate. He gets down to almost 0 health. Just not quite able to stay alive for a little bit. He's going to play a bit aggressively here. Dropping down with the rest of the team. The team follows up. We're going to get the Kitsune rush from Jeffy Ja. Woobly not quite able to get out of that corner there. A bit stuck on his own. And we'll see if OU is able to flip it. It's 4v5 at the moment. Woobly should be coming back any moment. Weefa able to just barely wraith out of there as Jeffy Jeff falls to the slow orb, but Neptune falls. Weefa not able to get too much, but Avery picks up the slack, and Bellevue is going to take a lead here. By how much?
Well,
We don't know just yet, but it looks like they're going to be able to reach that checkpoint.
Yeah, and then with the checkpoint, it just gets harder again because you get a closer spawn available for your team. We'll see how it goes.
Not quite able to. Jeffy J able to get on with the touch. Avery does get a quick pick with the overclock, and it looks like the rest of OU is going to fall. They are able to stall it out a bit longer, but ultimately they are able to get it at 66 meters to 52. We're approaching 2.5 minutes in the mode. This is an 8-minute long mode, so we're about 75% way through, and we're reaching crunch time here for OU. They've got to get the momentum back on their side.
Yeah, so it looks like 3 ults to 3 ults is available for everyone.
Or now, Weefa just got that death pulse, and we'll see if he uses it right away. He does. He's able to get 2, and again, OU's just gonna have to back out. Weefa getting 3 for that fight, and Revan just dies. OU gonna have 3 ults. They're gonna have that Death Blossom coming up as well. All Bellevue's gonna have is that Primal and that Beat. So they're only gonna be able to defend so much, but OU has to be able to win here and then carry that through almost all the way to the other side of the map. Bringing it the overclock out here from Revan, as well as the Beat from Neptune, though. That's good to get that out for that Death Blossom. Vita able to juggle Quinn out with the Primal Rage here. Nice kill right there from Revan, though. And we are trading it out. We'll see how OU can play out the rest of this fight. Woobly falls to Weefa. Very deeply in. He is able to get healed up. Quinn's gonna dive in here and get the engage as Vita does one of his own. It looks like the fight's gonna stabilize here for just a bit. We're gonna stall out and see what is doing. Woobly coming up on that Blossom. The Kitsune rush out here from Jeffy Joe. Bellevue gonna back up, and that, if anything, that's gonna buy OU space. Can they get Vita? They do. An ill-advised jump there from Vita, who's been really dominant in this match, but just not the best leap there. But this is what OU needed. They needed to get the momentum back on their side. About 40 seconds left here in Coliseo. They've got Death Blossom in that Beat with the overclock coming up. They need to get big value here.
Yeah,
Otherwise, this series might be over.
And that's 30 seconds. Here we go.
Oh, a big whoop, and he's not able to get anyone. Revan able to get one. We get the Beat out here from Lugo, and Quinn's gonna fall. Are we gonna get the overclock from Revan? No, he dies too quickly. And there's gonna be just over 10 seconds left. And we'll see if anyone is able to touch. A nice little dink there from Jeffy Joe on Neptune at the last second. I do believe they're going to be able to touch here. They are a great boop by Neptune, and the Sooners just aren't able to get it back together. OU does end up losing the match 3-1 to Bellevue University. Bellevue going to move on to the semifinals of the playoffs, and unfortunately, the Sooners season does end here.
Yeah, really great match from the Sooners. That last play by Bellevue, though, kind of just shows how well they are. They're well-deserving spot. Honestly, it was a hard-fought victory. Sooners did a great job at trying to fight back, but you saw there that most of Bellevue kind of just backed off from the robot to make sure it doesn't push forward, and really denied Quinston from getting that last touch. So really good job on Bellevue. Sorry, Sooners, but it looks like that will be going out to a 3-1 victory for Bellevue. My heart goes out.
Yeah, I mean, absolutely. It was a well-fought game. There was really never a moment in this match that OU was out of it, right? I mean, we fought hard the whole time. We did our best, and that's really all you can ask for. And frankly, with how close this was against such a talented team, I think it gives us a lot to look forward to moving forward into next season and just the development of this new Sooner roster.
Absolutely. But that will be this week's watch party. I think we only have one more watch party to go, and that's going to be it with League of Legends. But for now, we will be going to enjoy our Thanksgiving break here. So hopefully you guys enjoy your last couple days of classes if you still have, if your professors haven't canceled them or anything. But I've been Let's Go Dragon. He's been Farago. Hope you guys enjoyed, and we'll see you guys next time. Bye.